back to the She Shine Show. We are so excited to be joined by Jessica Rosado, who is a multimedia content producer. Jessica, welcome.
Hi. Hey guys.
Hi.
Yay!
So we cannot wait to dive on in. Let's go on ahead, get into your story. What made you, tell us about your background and what made you take the leap into entrepreneurship?
Yeah, absolutely. So, my background is a performing arts background, and I worked my way through performing arts into more of like the behind the scenes,
Mhm.
producing, writing, and I really, really enjoyed that side of things more than being in front of the camera or being talent. And as I decided to kind of explore what that was like, I chose to get into entrepreneurship just because I wanted to do more storytelling. And that's the best way to do it is if you want to create, just create.
Yeah.
So I did, and I started with a mini docu-series where I was interviewing women from, our community here in Tampa. And I realized I wanted a bigger reach. So that mini docu-series turned into the podcast.
Mhm.
And it was really amazing being able to connect with so many different women from around the world now. So
Yeah.
it's been really incredible. And I've just been really blessed to be able to make such incredible connections and share such amazing stories. One of them was you guys. So that was really exciting.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can
So very cool.
obviously can totally relate because we met you through the podcast.
Yes.
But yeah, I love the advice on, you want to create, so just create, right?
Mhm.
Like just get into
Yeah.
it and just do it. And we love your passion for storytelling, and you were a recent guest on our podcast as well when you talked about the importance of storytelling for multi-passionate women and women who have so many things going on in their lives and lots of passions that they're interested in. So could you tell us what passions are you currently pursuing? Like what's going on in Jessica's life
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all about the multi-passionate queen. I think there is something very, very wonderful about being able to have different talents and explore them and have different passions and be able to do different
Mhm.
things. And so currently in my world, I own a media company and I do a lot of design work through there, building websites, social media presence, things like that. I host the podcast, The Digital Coffee Date. My media company is Elevated T Media, and so yeah, so that's kind of what's been going in my world as far as all things media related and what I've been doing. I have currently taken the step to pursue law, and so that's been really exciting. I've always had a heart to serve my community and to
Mhm.
serve other people around me, and I think that there's just so much value when you're not only able to pursue the things that you're good at or that you're passionate about, but that you can also put pour into others. And I think
Yeah.
that is one of the true core values that I have. And to be able to apply that in the legal area and just have more of an impact in that way is very exciting to me. So I will be venturing into that trajectory later this year.
Yeah.
That is so exciting. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are so excited for you. We know you'll make
Mhm.
such an impact. And I just think that's such a beautiful, beautiful way of putting it. And that you have, done that reflection and know exactly kind of the
Mhm.
impact you want to leave on the world and what's important to you. And you're taking the steps to pursue that and bring that to life.
Mhm.
Yes.
So for other multi-passionate entrepreneurs out there on pursuing all of their many passions, you know, when they say like I have so many ideas, I'm
Right.
not sure which ones to focus
What
on.
do I
I mean, what would
do?
your advice be? What
Oh my goodness.
how do you reel it
When
in?
yeah, yeah. You know, I because I have been blessed to be good at a lot of different things and be great at some of those things, I I found myself kind of, my hands seemed to be almost in everything.
Mm.
And I started to realize, okay, so it's great to be good at a lot of different things. It's great to be passionate about, a few things as well, but what do I really want to do in this world? What is it that just makes me feel so fulfilled? And it wasn't until last year where, and this is just a quick little story, but I helped my dad, obviously with different small business loans and things like that. I helped my dad get a small business loan for his business. And it was actually really interesting because the SBA at the time, they were very, very critical in who they were, approving for these different loans and things like that,
Mm.
obviously with everything COVID related. And so originally they had denied his loan, and I didn't, when I got the denial, I didn't think it was correct, on the right basis.
Yeah.
And so without really having any real experience in that space, I just said, I don't think this is right. And I fought for about 6 months back and forth until I finally got the phone call from their legal department that said,
Wow.
Jessica, we just wanted to personally let you know that you were correct from the beginning. We will be approving this loan, and moving forward, we will correct our practices and policies, and how we approve these different loans for people that need it. And so
Wow.
it really, that feeling to me is what sort of set me in motion into
Mm.
wanting to practice law. And I think when it comes down to being multi-passionate, that is so wonderful. But we really, my biggest advice is to just be cautious that we're not busy,
Mhm.
that we're not
Right.
just, that we're actually productive, that we're doing things with purpose and not just
Mm,
doing so many things that we're so busy and we're
Mhm.
distracted from what that might be.
Mhm.
And
mhm,
I felt, for me and just my personal story, that's what my life started to feel like. And when I had that experience last year, I said, if I feel nothing else for the rest of my life, if I could just feel this one more
Mm.
time, I would be set. To be able to change
wow.
someone else's circumstance and you not get anything from it, it was the most rewarding experience in my life. And it was that sort of impact that I said, I want to do this for other people. And so people who are very much like me, who are multi-passionate, I encourage that. And I say explore, use it as an opportunity to explore different things, see what you're good at, see what things you do that, people are like, wow, you're really good at this, or wow, how'd you do that? And you're like, I don't know, I just knew it. You know what I mean? Like, just explore whatever it is. But as you're exploring, be very cognizant of the fact of, okay, as I'm in these different, jobs or different fields, or these, I'm doing the exploring these different talents, what is that all leading to? What does that
Mhm.
all mean? What, and really it just comes from a place of spending some time with yourself, having that, introspective moment where you can just say, okay, what is this doing for me? And
Mhm,
once you answer that, what is this doing for others? Because if you're in a position or you have a passion that is just self-serving, I guarantee you there's going to always feel that something is missing.
Yeah.
So I say, to really start from there, start with what your heart desires. And from there, the second question is, okay, now what does this do for other people?
Yeah, that's
yes,
amazing
absolutely
advice.
agree.
Amazing advice, especially for multi-passionate entrepreneurs who are, I think, tend to get stuck on sometimes a revolving wheel of, or revolving door of, okay, I'm doing this today, I'm doing this tomorrow, then I'm going to do this the next day. And then before you know it, you're like, what even am I doing and why? Right. So I think those two
Yeah.
questions you gave are great. Along with, I love how you said, if I could like recreate that
Mhm,
feeling like every
Hmm.
day, like that would be it for me. And I think sometimes we
Yeah.
forget about the feeling that is attached to our
mhm,
work rather than focusing on the result of our work, you know, like really
Mm-hmm.
saying, how did I feel about that? So I really enjoyed that you brought that up. And that's so cool that you were able to, to be like, excuse
I
me,
love that.
this is wrong. And I know you're wrong.
Yeah, and I didn't even go through all the details of that, but it was such a like pushing and pushing and pushing, and you know, their legal department didn't have to give me a call. You know,
Yeah.
when she called me and just said, "Listen, I just wanted to let you personally know,"
Mm.
like her exact words were, if you do anything in life, know that to never give up and to always hold on to this perseverance that you showed throughout this entire
Wow.
process.
Oh
So
my
to have a
goodness.
stranger who, you know, we were dealing with this from, you know, a government organization is just like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you know, it was so incredible. And so I encourage that to anybody else trying to find what it is, you know, when you
Mhm.
get those little nuggets of life, and you know, don't dismiss them as like, oh yeah,
Mm.
thank you, you know, really take that in and go, okay, wow, what was this, you know, and explore that.
Yes. Oh, absolutely love that.
So with talking now to, you know, we love talking about multi-passionate entrepreneurs, and with our many talents and interests and roles, we want to bring it back to one of your expertise in storytelling, right? And it can be really tough, you know, in our personal experience, and I'm sure you've experienced this as well, in, you know, coming, whether it's in person or online, but being able to share your story. You know, even yourself was, you know, known as a media, you know, content creator, and now you're completely switching into law, but
Yeah.
you told your story with such confidence and so beautifully. And so what can you maybe tell our audience out there watching,
Mhm.
you know, how can they show up online and in front of others and tell their story, you know, whether it's podcasting or YouTube or blogging, you know, what can we do to be better storytellers on social media, and what's been the number one thing that you've learned about storytelling?
So I think the biggest thing that, as you were saying this, it was coming to me was you have to have a sense of fearlessness. And I know sometimes that can be cliche because there's so many things that we think about. It could seem like, oh my gosh, you know, what is the world going to say about this that I might put out there?
Mhm.
But in anything entrepreneurial, in anything storytelling wise, with a social media presence, anything like that, you have to have a spirit of fearlessness that says, okay, I'm just going to put this out there. It's either going to work or it's not, you know, but you know, what is my, what is the alternative? You know, I never put it out there and then wonder, gosh, I wish I would have started that YouTube channel, or
Mm-hmm.
gosh, I wish I would have. And I think that's one of the biggest driving forces behind my fearlessness is I never want to get to a point in life where I say, I would have just given that a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I would have just tried this, or I wish I would have, you know, I never want to say that. And so because of that, that's what pushes me to say, okay, I'm just going to put my, you know, myself out there or my story out there. And there's going to be people that want to see it and hear about it. And there's going to be people that don't. And that's just the reality of that. So whatever it is, in whatever space you're in, if, you know, you're looking to start a YouTube channel, or if you're looking to, you know, you're starting from 0 followers on Instagram, like wherever, whatever point that you're at, just do it. You know,
Mm.
just start, you know, telling your story from an authentic place, you know, having your sense of self, and you know, whatever audience follows that, and and you resonate with them, you know, they're going to follow you wherever you end up going after that. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, the only thing I can you know, say to that is whatever, you know, sort of experiences or anything you're really trying to figure out or interested in doing, just get creative and do it. And if you don't know how to do it and you don't even want to be bothered to look it up, then find and connect with someone who does, you know, say,
Mm-hmm.
listen, I want to start a YouTube channel. I don't know the first thing about shooting or editing. Maybe you know someone, maybe
Right.
your friend knows someone,
Mhm.
maybe a friend of a friend knows someone, you know, and
Mhm.
really just trying to build that network to where now you've collaborated with someone who can help you get to where you're looking to get to. So just because you don't know something doesn't mean you can't do it.
I love that. That's so beautifully said. I mean, the spirit of fearlessness, I feel like just needs to be put on a billboard, like hang it up everywhere in your house and just pursue everything, whether it's pursuing a business idea or pursuing asking someone for help, like have this level of fearlessness. And well, what's the worst that can happen is likely you're in it right now, you know, like if you don't try, chances are you're going to be right where you are. So why not try? I absolutely love that. Thank you for sharing that.
It's like, what's the worst they can say? No.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, moving on. Someone else will help you.
Exactly. And the entrepreneurial community is, I think, so full of people who do want to help. I mean, I think, you know, especially as women, a lot of times we get that rap for not wanting to help, or there's not room enough at the top. But I think, you know, in this year, in this season, we're all in a space of wanting to help and wanting to everyone to grow. So I think the worst you can do is not ask for help, because somebody probably knows somebody willing and wanting and able to help you. So thank you for that reminder, and you watching right now, whatever it is on your heart and your mind and your soul that you're not pursuing, have that spirit of fearlessness. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Yes.
Well, Jessica, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We would love to know where we can connect with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys again so much for having me on here. You can find me on my Instagram at I am Jessica Rosado, and most of my pages are all linked in the bio there, or my website, jessicalrosado.com.
Beautiful. And lastly, what do you have going on right now?
Oh my gosh.
What are you working on?
So what am I working on right now? So as I mentioned, I have my media company and the podcast, so including my personal brand. So there's a lot of things media-wise I'm working on, but I do have something very exciting coming up in terms of the legal route. And so I will be studying at a university located in London. So I will be moving there later this year. And I'm so excited to get started on this new adventure and new trajectory. So I welcome anybody who's new to my story and to follow along, because it's going to be quite the adventure.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you, and I cannot wait to follow along and stalk your Instagram and see everything that you have going on and catch up. I mean, it's been so wonderful to us starting our businesses and connecting with you, and you've been along with our journey. And so it's just been so wonderful to support, you know, each other on our journeys as things change and grow and evolve. And we're so excited for you. Thank you again for coming on and chatting with us and our community here. And until the next time, everyone, keep shining.
Hey there, I'm Anna Laura.
And I'm Alex, and we are the founders of She Shines. So whether you are working full-time, you are a side business queen, full-time entrepreneur, or somewhere in between, we are here to support you.
Yes, and we love doing that through connection, community, and girl talk, usually with a glass of champagne in hand. And we would love to connect with you, whether it's through our She Shines Academy, through our podcast, through an event, or through our text fam. We would love to answer your questions and help support you any way that we can.
We hope to hear from you soon. Cheers, girlfriend.